Hey y'all, I'm Alex with Soil Mates to Georgia. I'm back down on the farm today with the bugs, and we had big rain, or a bunch of rain for a few days, and it flooded the bottoms area near the creek. So the bridge got messed up, and I'll show that in a minute, and have some more trees that we were told were down. So my dad and I are down here for the day, and I'm going to try to fix the bridge, and if we have time, we'll try to cut some of the trees if they've fallen in the pasture. I don't know where they are. We were just told that we had some more trees come down with the storm. And it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so we're going to see what we can get done in the next few hours before the rain hits. Here we go. And hopefully the bugs leave me alone. All right, well, this is not what you want to see. The charger on the electric fence was not working, so I came down to see it. It was blinking green, so the charger's working, but looks like something ate through the wires. We had a flood down here in the bottoms. This was high enough, I think it was safe, but something just ate right through this. I'm gonna try to splice it together, I guess. It's pretty gnarly. No idea what that is. I mowed recently, so no one else was down here and it worked. I didn't hit it, so all I can guess is something gnawed on it. Oh, that was an easy fix, actually. I was able to twist it back together. I need to run back up to the house, grab some electrical tape, but it's working. Everything's clicking over here green, and it's back to measuring 8,000 volts. So I do need to secure that again, just so it's not soaked and inviting some critter to come and chew on it for some weird old reason. But everything looks good. You can see here where it flooded. There was debris on the line here. My cousin cleared that up. But every post here, the whole way through the bottom, so this over near the creek, every post has a pile of debris that got hung up on all the way down the whole fence line. And then all along the tree line in here, there's debris piled up. It's a little bit farther away, but hopefully that captures it. And there are patches like that throughout. So none of that matters as long as the fence is working. Itself will break down by the fence posts here, so that's not a problem. But that's how it goes. Nature always wins. We're trying though. So here's the creek side is over here. On the other side, all that debris. Everything over there, just water came up way down, somewhere way down here, I guess, that it all comes the creek flows this way. And so there's a whole bunch of debris that comes washing up. There's usually a lot of sand in the pastures we can see, which is good for the soil. Kind of like silt coming up, but it also just washes random stuff into it. We'll have logs and stuff in the middle of the pasture that we have to watch out when we're mowing. Easy stuff to deal with though. Another thing that happens when it floods, this bridge gets picked up. It's got railroad ties underneath. You can see some here because now there's a new gap in here. The bridge got picked up and literally just moved over like 6 inches or so, 8 inches in some parts. So my dad and I are down here this weekend to fix it. But what happens over here on the side where the water comes in on this side, when it lifts up, logs that are floating on top of the creek get clogged in there and then piled up on top also. So that'll be easy to push these off, but we've got to figure out. It's a drill we do a couple times a year, probably at least once a year. We have to lift the bridge up a little bit, like with a crowbar or something, and get some of this wood out. Or if we can saw it off on the edge there, I can hit it with a mallet or something and try to tap it out and get it to fall off. Because right now it's stuck in between the railroad tie here that goes through. It's stuck between that and this heavy, heavy bridge. But it'll be a good project. You can see where it's buckled up over here. So all the nails are out here, which I should be careful driving over because I can see some sticking up towards my tires. But we need to get it level, and that'll settle down. That board probably needs to be replaced soon too, or not probably, it does. But this is going to be a good bit of work. We've done this enough years to know that the best first step is just cleaning off all the easy debris to get out, the leaves and the little twigs and stuff. So my dad brings his leaf blower down we kick off everything that we can get off, just kicking with our boots, and then he blows off all the little stuff. Then we can see kind of how to attack the rest of it. But you can see how buckled it is from this view. We've made a lot of progress here. There's some rotten wood in here that we need to fix, but now we're going through and replacing some of the nails that have come out and trying to get it smoothed out. But it's so much better all the way through. Everything's laying pretty flat and it's safer to drive on, no more nails sticking out. Got to figure out these boards though. We don't really know how that slid over, but we're assuming these two boards moved over rather than those 35. Kind of good logic there. Sometimes what you need is a sledgehammer to fix a problem if duct tape doesn't work. And that's what it did. It took a little while, and I didn't show the beginning part because my dad had to get a pole under there and lift up a couple of these beams while I smacked at it. And that gave us enough room to get under there, and those boards slid over, and now everything is fixed. And luckily my dad remembered to bring down his leaf blower, his gas powered leaf blower, so we made it all pretty. We do have some rotten logs up here. Not logs, rotten 1x6s. So on our next list, we need to replace these boards here. It's drivable now, but that needs to be repaired sooner than later. But overall, it looks good now. All back close to level, close as it's gonna get. And there's some big gaps in here. There's some of these beams, or here's a good example. That one's kind of spread out, but since it's nailed in here, we couldn't figure out how to get this gap up here, or these multiple gaps here, and move that over because there are nails all in these boards here. So it works. So nobody's gonna fall through on that when we drive across. Cows don't come across this anyway, they go through the creek. Everything looks better though, so that was a good couple hours of work. Well, I found the fallen tree that we didn't know where it was. I don't know how, I just drove right past it before I was looking at the electric fence that's on this side. But that is out in the pasture. So yet another one. Oh, I really like that tree too. The cows used to love hanging out under there because it gave great shade all afternoon. But it's right on the creek. You can see that root ball over there. Just when the water got washed out, it had no chance of staying up. We had another good day down here. It's always good to be down here with my dad, get to see him in person, and have some social time with him, even though we still keep our distance from each other. It's good just to be able to work together. We got a big project done in that bridge. It was pretty tiring. We ended up not cutting any of the tree, but we got the bridge fixed, and there's always something we don't know is wrong, and this time was the solar panel, the wire. I got that fixed, put some electrical tape on it, and there's another place where I guess they were mice or rats or something that were eating on it, some kind of rodent. Tape that up. Hopefully that prevents them for a little while, and all the calves get trained to the wire. Because once they're trained to it, they don't touch it. So we need to have it out there for a visual. And the cows know not to touch it, and I think the calves should know by now too. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and of course like this video if you can give us a thumbs up. Talk to you later. Bye.